If you ever wanted to make money online without having to show your face, then this video is exactly what you need, because in this video I'm going to reveal the exact strategies and methods that I've used to grow over 10 million followers on Instagram and make over $1 million in sales. And this isn't just some theory. I'm going to give away the exact methods and systems that I've personally used. And besides making $1 million in sales myself, I've also helped countless of my clients gain tons, if not millions of followers without having to show their face online. So if you're serious about starting a business on Instagram, then make sure to stick around, because this video is going to be a game changer. Now, who am I actually to teach you all of this? Well, my name is Gosseling, and I'm the face behind some of the biggest faceless social media brands, and I've developed a system that is making me multiple 5 figures per month without even having to show my face online at all. So if you're interested in quitting your 9-to-5 job and living life on your own terms to get that time, location, and financial freedom, this video is just for you. So right now, let's just start with the basics. What exactly is a faceless Instagram page? Well, it's just a simple Instagram page that posts content about a specific topic like fitness, investing, finance, etc. This way you get to build an audience that's interested in that specific topic only, so you don't have to show your face online at all. And there are already a bunch of pages out there like this, so I'm pretty sure that if you go to your Instagram and just scroll for 10 minutes, that you're gonna scroll past a lot of those faceless accounts without even realizing it. Now, what makes this business model so good, and why am I even sharing this? First of all, you don't need much upfront capital in comparison to other business models like Amazon FBA or trading. And second, it's very easy to automate since you are not the face of your brand. So it's very easy to just hire people to create content for you and even post content for you. And this is exactly what I've been doing as well, which allows me to run over 12 pages without having to create content, which allows me to create videos like this and educate you guys. All right, so let's dive into the 5-step process that I've developed that has completely changed my life and the life of my clients as well. Step number 1 is super simple. We gotta get started by picking a profitable niche. Choosing the right niche is gonna be the foundation of your business, and I always recommend to go with something related to either health, wealth, or relationships, as those are the 3 core desires of people. Then after that, we simply want to create an account and engage with content within our niche so the algorithm knows that we're interested in that specific topic, so it is only going to give us that kind of content. So it's going to be easier to find videos to recreate, and Instagram is also going to push it out to that type of audience later down the line. And I've already created a video where I go over the best and most profitable niches to get into, and I'll have this video linked down below this video so you can watch it after you're done watching this video. Step number 2 is to actually set up your face's Instagram page. So this includes setting up your username, profile name, your bio, and you have to create a logo. Now, for your username, you gotta pick something that is related to your niche. Try to keep it as simple as possible and avoid using numbers, underscores, and dots. If you want to get inspiration, just go to ChatGPT or use Namelix in order to find a good name for your page. Now, for your profile name, I recommend to add 3 keywords that are relevant to your niche. So for example, if you're in the wealth niche, you want to add keywords like wealth, business, and investing. And for example, if you're in a fitness niche, you can add keywords like bodybuilding, dieting, or fitness, because that way people can also find your page by just typing in those keywords instead of having to type in your full username. Now, for your bio, it's all about letting people know what your page is about. The first line should explain exactly what your page is about, the second line can give more details, and the third line should always be a call to action to either a product or to follow your page. And if you want inspiration for your bio, just use ChatGPT again, or just simply look at competitors. For your profile picture, you just want to add a simple logo. Either add some text or add a nice icon and make it in your brand colors, but don't try to overcomplicate it and reinvent the wheel. Because if you take a look at the biggest pages on Instagram and just the biggest brands in general, they all have super simple and recognizable logos. So don't try to overcomplicate this part and keep it simple. Step 3 is to actually grow your account. I've developed a viral repost formula that helped me gain over 3 billion views across my pages. Basically, what you want to do is analyze viral videos in your niche and give them your own twist. And at the end of this video, I'll reveal exactly how you can get access to my viral repost formula. Just so you know, the Instagram algorithms have changed over the last couple of years, which means that you can't directly repost content anymore when you're just starting out. If you have a bigger page with over 100,000 followers, reposting still works really well, but when you're starting out, you just need to give it your own twist and focus on making your own content. Now, when it comes to editing, I recommend to use CapCut because it's very easy to learn and it doesn't take much time to create content. And actually, when you make content, focus on just creating one unique style that is very easy to recognize so people can engage with it and know that the content is yours, so you actually build a brand. Now, when you found your content style, it's very important to just post and be consistent. Try to post at least 1 to 2 times a day for the first month, because if you can't even be consistent for a month, chances of you succeeding are literally at zero. Because building a brand on social media and actually making money with it takes time. So don't think that just with a couple of posts, you're gonna blow up and you're gonna make millions, because that's not the case. The fourth step is to own your attention. Social media algorithms are always different, so you're not always gonna get the same amount of views on every single post that you put out. In order to not always rely on the algorithm, we need to own our attention by collecting data. I personally recommend building an email list by using platforms like Beehive, Gumroad, or ConvertKit. I always say that followers and reach are rented, but emails are owned. So make sure that you actually start building your email list before it's too late. Now, in order to actually collect data and collect emails, we gotta use something we call our lead magnets. Lead magnets are basically free products or free information that you give away to people in exchange for their email, for example. Now, when it comes to testing lead magnets or just in general collecting emails, it is very important that you pick something that is very related to your niche, because if you have a lead magnet that's completely irrelevant to the content that you post, you're not gonna get a lot of emails and not a lot of people are actually gonna be interested in it. So it's very important that you just test a bunch of different lead magnets to see which one gives you the most emails and data, so then you can double down on that later down the line. For example, if you have a page inside of the fitness niche, you can use your reels and stories to give out a free workout or dieting plan. And if you're, for example, in the wealth niche, you can give out a side hustle guide in exchange for emails. Do this until you've gathered around 1,000 emails and your page is growing consistently, and then we can move on to step number 5, which is to monetize your page. And I know this is the part all of you have been waiting for, but basically a Faceless Instagram page is just your audience, so you can monetize it in a bunch of different ways. The first and easiest way to monetize is via sponsored posts. When your page is growing and gets a decent amount of reach, businesses will reach out to you in order to promote their services or products on your page. The more followers you have, the more money you can charge. My pages make anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 a month from just sponsored posts alone, and on one of my pages I can even charge over $1,000 for a single sponsored post. The best way to get a lot of sponsored posts is by working together with agencies so they can give you a lot of advertising, so you can make a steady income without having to worry where your next sponsored post is coming from. The next way to make money using Faceless Instagram pages is by selling digital products. You can either create them yourself or go to platforms like WAP, Digistore24 or CodeCard and sell other people's products in return for a commission, which is also called affiliate marketing. And one of my clients actually made over $1,500 in a single day without even having his own product. Now, if you would actually like to create your own digital products, you can either ask ChatGPT to come up with ideas, or you can take a look at what your competition is selling. You can use platforms like CodeCard, WAP or Gumroad to actually host your products. And the cool thing about digital products is that you can have up to 95% profit margins, since you can create the product once and sell it an infinite amount of times, and you also don't have to deal with shipping costs. And this is exactly what my client Jay did through his page called Faceless, and he made over $25,000 in a single month, which allowed him to buy his dream car. Another way to monetize is by scaling your email list that we talked about in the previous step. Softwares like Beehive and ConvertKit offer monetization opportunities that allow you to get paid a certain amount every time someone signs up to your newsletter. One of my clients called Ishay actually did this and made over $700 in a single day. Now, since you're already collecting emails and making money, we can also scale things up by integrating a digital product within your email list. And how you can do this is by just setting up some simple email sequences or send out broadcast emails where you talk about your product. And more people will see it, which of course eventually will result in more customers. The cool thing about the monetization methods that I just mentioned is that they can all work together. Like, you don't have to just choose one and only use that. Like, I personally use all the methods I mentioned above, which allows me to have multiple income streams, which actually gives me the time, financial and location freedom, and also gives me a lot more certainty that I never have to stress about money again. Also, remember, you are building an asset, and since it's Faceless, it's not tied to a person, so you can eventually exit it if you want to for a huge amount. I have personally got offers of over $100,000 for my page Mindset Raptors, and I know people within this space that have sold multiple pages for 6 to 7 figures for just a single Instagram page. Crazy, right? So this is basically the entire foundation on how you can build a profitable Instagram business without having to show yourself online. Since I've completely automated my pages, I've also started my educational company called Growth Mastery, and you can see some of the results we've been able to generate on the screen right now. So right now, you are faced with 3 options. Option number 1 is that you're gonna leave this video and go on with your life like nothing changed. You're not gonna implement anything that is said to you within this video, and basically you're never really gonna take action and make anything out of your life, right? Well, that's probably gonna be the case for most of these people, and that's also the reason why most of the people will never succeed and never change their current situation. Well, option number 2, which is gonna be a handful of people, is that they're actually gonna actively try to implement the stuff that I've said within this video, where they're gonna try it by themselves, maybe try it for 1 or 2 weeks, and then they realize, it's a bit harder than I actually expected it to be, and then they gave up because they just lack clarity and accountability. Now, option number 3 is to partner up with me and my team and let us do all the heavy work by building out your entire foundation and making you a personalized roadmap to keep you accountable. This will just simply speed up your process because we've already overcome all the problems that you're gonna face, which will allow you to just get to your goals a lot faster and not quit along the way. So if you're ready to take things serious and scale to another level, then make sure to check the link in the description to get some more information about Growth Mastery and see how you can directly work together with me to build your Instagram business. Now, with that said, I hope this video was valuable. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.